Hello. I think that my purpose in life is to serve others around me. How did I get to this conclusion? I got to it by trying to find purpose the good old fashioned way, which is believing that your career or something actionable is your purpose. And I think I was kind of going down that path on the last video, but then I realized like I was mixing kind of purpose and happiness, so to speak. But I do think purpose is something that isn't. Doesn't have to be actionable. It doesn't have to be. Your purpose is to be an engineer. Your purpose is because you're talented at one thing. And I just wanted to talk about how I kind of came to this conclusion. It started with when I thought I found my purpose. When I was a kid, growing up, I didn't really have purpose. I was just existing. And I didn't have a problem with existing. That was fine. I did YouTube, did things like that, but it wasn't a case of, this is my purpose to do YouTube, or this is my purpose to be a celebrity. I did it because I enjoyed it. I didn't really have an idea of what purpose was until until one day I came home and my mum decided to take me to basketball. She said, Johans, I'm going to take you to a basketball session. I feel like you should just do a sport. I said, okay. She took me to basketball. I arrived there and I immediately was like, oh my days, I found my purpose. My purpose is to be a basketballer. My dad, when he was younger, he wanted to do basketball, and my purpose has found me. So for a very, very, very long time while playing basketball, I believed that this physical thing was my purpose. And I'm pretty sure many of us still kind of have that. Maybe you want to do something and you believe that's your purpose. And I don't want to now like try and tell you that you're wrong, but I just wanted to share my own experience in that. I tried really hard mentally. It's hard for me to not want to be the best at something. It's hard for me to just simply be happy with existing in something. So I think that was also hurtful. But when I got injured and I couldn't play basketball anymore, I sunk into this deep, deep depression. At first, I thought it was just because, I love basketball and that's why I'm in this depression. But then I quickly realized that it's nothing to do with basketball and it's all to do with purpose. And now that I'm injured, I feel like I have no purpose anymore in life. And now that I understand the concept of purpose, I can't just go back to living like nothing, like I don't need to have purpose. So that happened to me. I was really sad, really upset, really depressed. Didn't leave the house. I was in uni at the time. I was in a uni in a different city, university in a different city, and I couldn't relate to anybody. And I was in my room 24/7. I had insomnia, wanted to not be alive, all those terrible things. And that's when I found music. I always found music, but it's when I was looking for something to fill that void of purpose. And music was a way of expressing that fear of not having purpose. So it made things a little bit easier. But then in doing music, I kind of fall for this capitalistic trap of, okay, I have to be now successful at music, and that's my purpose. So now after doing something that was just helping me with my purpose, just giving me it's helping me understand and navigate and just be okay, I now started to shift my purpose into music. So then we went down the cycle again. The idea of wanting to create something that is successful. And if it's not successful, it has no meaning. And if it has no meaning, it's not purposeful. Oh gosh. Let's do this. But yeah. That idea then started to grow. That, okay, well, if my music isn't successful, then I have no purpose again. So I'm creating music and I'm not even really creating what I like. I'm creating what I assume other people will like, because my ideas on loving something means you have to be the best and you have to be successful. And as you can imagine, I assume you're not watching this video because you've heard my music. It didn't go to plan at all. I put all my all into it again. Same way with basketball. I put my all into it. I guess I didn't learn my lesson, but I thought I did. Put my all into it. And when I released it, it didn't create a buzz, and it was just the people I know who heard it. So then I became very resentful. Like, damn, what is it? Like, what is my purpose again? And then I think that again sent me into another depression, because you know, you keep putting your all into these things, expecting the world to love it back, and it doesn't. And you don't understand that you can just simply exist, or you can just simply love something for the sake of loving. I didn't understand that, and I'm still learning to understand that now, that I can love making these videos and not worry about, oh well, it didn't go viral, so it's no point. I can just do it because it makes me happy. And I'm learning that, and I'm learning how that also helps with finding purpose. And I think after going through all these trials and errors of failing and, you know, trying again and failing and trying again, I realized that maybe purpose isn't something that's actionable. And as I sat down, I was in my bed, I was really, really depressed. I don't know, I was just upset, and I was like, God, what is it that, like, what's my purpose? Like, why am I on this earth? If, like, everything I believe I'm on this earth for, I keep failing at, and it's not successful at all, and I can't have a life of this, you know? It's not like back in the day where I can just survive and just live, or I can be like a drifter to be able to make money from something. And the only words that came to my head were, maybe I'm just here to serve people. Like, maybe that's just simply what it is. I'm here to help other people. And when I first received that, I was like, what the hell? Like, that's so, like, what's the point? Like, you're just here to serve, like, where's my story? Da, 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 da. But then the more I sat with it, the more I realized that it's something that I find joy in, and it's something that isn't actionable. I don't have to see instant success from helping other people. I can generally just be a part of being human, and it's okay to just be human, and it's okay to just, you know, put a smile on people's faces. And sorry, let me move away from all this noise. It reminded me actually about Denzel Washington, and how when he was younger, he went to a church and the pastor said, oh, Denzel, your voice is going to be heard by millions. And now everyone in that church assumed that, oh, he's going to be a pastor then. Like, that's the only way that makes sense. He's going to be preaching the word of God in the church, and he's going to be a famous pastor. But instead, he's an actor, and his voice is recognized by millions. And I think it's a lot easier when you realize that instead of the actionable purpose of, oh, you're going to be an actor, your voice is going to be heard by many, you can interpret it in so many ways, and you can feel fulfilled knowing that it doesn't have to be success. It can just be, the criteria is simply doing. I think that's the words. That's the quote right there. The criteria for purpose is just to simply be and to simply do. And you don't have to reap what you sow from it. You can just simply be. And I think that's a lot of the time we forget. And I think that Denzel story is very, very important in the sense of that Denzel lived his whole life being like, okay, supposed to be a preacher, we wouldn't have seen the Denzel that we know now, but because we know it was about his voice being used, we now have Denzel, the actor, who's an incredible actor and has touched the hearts of many. You could arguably say that many more than just being a pastor. So I think pastor, actor, lol. And I just think, yeah, like that in itself is just something that we need to kind of step away from, this actionable idea that our purpose is in careers or being successful, or my purpose is to be a star. Like, I don't think that's helpful. It's depressing, and I think it kind of does come from this capitalistic world that we live in, where our purpose has to be in something attainable, something that is instant gratification. Or, you know, it's the idea of, like, I was watching this video recently about this anxiety, this capitalistic anxiety that we sometimes live with, where we can, and not to blame everything on capitalism, I'm not doing that, but we can, for example, we can be like, okay, I want to please God so much, so to do that, I have to be as disciplined as possible, and I have to work as hard as possible. So then that creates an anxiety of, am I always working hard to achieve this goal of pleasing something, when in reality, God just wants you to be, right? And I think that is just something that I'm learning and something that I just want to also share, because it's hard, but I'm trying my hardest to like be competitive and wanting to be the best, but in a healthy manner. I think I've been using it very wrong, and it's been killing me. Honestly, it's been killing me. I'm just going to be honest. It's been very depressing, very not helpful, but to try and see it in a way which is healthy, I'm trying to do. I want to be okay with just being me. And even the idea of being okay with just being okay, like that's hard for me to say, which is why I changed it to being me. The idea that it's okay to just be okay at something, like I don't have to be Mozart at something, I can just be me. I can just be Johans at something. I can just make films because I want to make films, and I love films, and I love the experience of watching it. I love how it makes you feel, and I can just simply want to share that experience with someone else. I don't have to be like, okay, that means I have to win an Oscar, that means I have to have box office success. Like, I can just be okay with the opportunity to make films. Same with music. I can just express myself, and that's okay. I can just make these YouTube videos, and that's okay. There is no purpose fulfilled there. My purpose is simply in just providing for others, and it doesn't matter the quantity at all. It just all that matters is that I am trying to help others around me. I think it leads to, it also leads to you being your own biggest enemy. And in reality, I found that living with intention every day, it's easier when you stop trying to set these crazy barriers for yourself, or I've just been running around. What do I need to do? I've got iron. I guess I need more iron, so we'll go back to that mine, keep mining. That's what we'll do. But yeah, I think this video is mainly just about who we want to be, and purpose are just different things, and just to keep pressing that point that who we want to be is not our purpose, and it's completely different. Our desires are not our purpose. For me, I guess I can only say from my perspective. You may believe, else you may believe that's not true, but I don't know. I think it's a healthier way to rationalize certain things, and I just want to reach a point where I can still be competitive, and I can still strive to put my all into something, but it's not the downside of that is that if I don't reach it, it's the end of the world. It's just like, okay, I tried. That's a healthy way of, I feel like, approaching it. Oh, I tried, and that's okay. I wasn't the best, and that's fine. It doesn't mean that my purpose is at stake now, or like who am I? It's just, that's just the nature of things. I want to get to that point, and I think the first step of changing is always to be aware. And I think just off the sole fact that I'm aware, there's a lot, and I think I'm proud of myself in that way. I am proud of myself, so. I think it probably, what I'm talking about probably also goes back to, on my days I'm low health. This is not good. Probably goes back to the idea of people pleasing. I don't know, but I am no psychiatrist, so can't really come up with all the reasons why people pleasing somehow leaks into it. But I want to step away from that. I want to do things for me. It's like the Kendrick song, I Choose Me, I'm Sorry. It's funny actually, I think a lot of that album was kind of, I guess for him, his idea of being a prophet, and the idea that, he sees how wrong that mindset was. So now on the album, he just keeps saying that, I'm sorry that I'm not the prophet that you want me to be. I choose myself. Like I can no longer be a teacher if I'm still a student. I still need to be a student. And there was a video of Ethan Hawke talking about how one of the things about this generation is that when he talks to these kids who want to be an actor, he always says how they refuse to, it's almost like they refuse to say that they don't know. And he's like, it's okay to come into a classroom and not know. That's exactly why you're in the classroom. Like, it's like an ego thing of, I have to know everything about the thing that I'm doing. So I know. And it's like, no. It's okay to not know. We're still students. when has it ever been okay for the student to just get up and teach? You know, you're in that lesson for a reason, because you don't know, and you should trust that the teacher knows. And you know, you're not in competition with anybody at all. All right, we are back home. Let's end today's video. And yeah, I hope my experience and me navigating my own thoughts and my own paths of thinking, and you know, coming to grips with certain ideas and trying so hard to be okay with being okay. I can't stress how hard that is for me to not want to be the best. It's very hard. And it's not, again, it's just to be healthy about it. It's not that I don't want to be the best. I think it's just to be healthy about that. You know, I think competitiveness is very good. I am competitive. I think it does have some good uses for it. I just need to find out what those uses are instead of killing myself over it. I hope this video doesn't get flagged because I said that, gosh. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye.